Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome or welcome back. My name is Millie and you are watching Learning to Live Life on a Budget. Hello. I apologise if the light seems a bit naff today. I am going off natural sunlight as it goes down. Yeah, and just trying to work with what God gave us. But it doesn't make for great videos, and I think maybe I need a little lamp on my desk just to help with that in future. But regardless, this is August week 4 closeout, and August closeout, we're just closing it all down. It's the last day of August today. Where's it gone? Have you guys had a good month? Have you enjoyed the sun or the heat? I know a lot of people are mixed about that. Really glad it came. Glad it's going. So hopefully I've zoomed this in enough. I've moved the desk somewhere else, so it's still in the same room that it was, but it's on an opposite wall, so the windows are either side, but one gets more sunlight than the other. Actually the sun's like over there now, whereas before it was on a desk, it was on a wall with no windows. So that means I've had to rejig the camera arm thing and that, because I think it got bent when I took it off, or just slightly bent out of shape. Anyway, we've got a lot to get through, so I'm going to shush, and well, no, that would make for a pretty unexplained video maybe. But anyway, we're going to start with Friday the 26th. So a lot went on this day. I run some errands for my friend, and she sent me, like, she paid me back, but she just rounded it up, so I had 69p extra. I spent £17.45 on tobacco. I spent £1.20 on parking. I spent £2.99 spending an Aldi. What did I spend on an Aldi? That was, oh, I got a colouring book. And there we go. I should make a little note for myself. £6.29 in Aldi on cats. £32.43 groceries in Aldi, £5.24 home bargains, that was spending. Oh, I got a giant water bottle and a cup for my daughter. It says, have a cup of positivity. If you're new here, I tend to say what I spent my money on because it helps keep me accountable, because I just have no control over spending. So I'm also moving the error now because the sun was going behind it. I spent £5.56 on groceries and home bargains and £8.50 on groceries in Iceland. £15 I topped up on my electric key. My Disney Plus came out early. I originally had it down to come out from the 27th, but it came out early, so that's good to keep an eye on for next month. That was £7.99, and I paid £19 in council tax. So that was Friday the 26th, the first day of the week for me. Saturday I've had a bit of a spendy week, and it's absolutely fine. Like, I have no issues with it. It's been good spends, I feel like. It's not been wasteful or frittered, but I spent, on Saturday we went out to the cat cafe. We had an amazing time. It was so great. I paid for that in advance a couple of weeks back, on the 19th, because you have to pay when you book. It was expensive to book it, but it was well worth it. Like, there was so much food. But we also did a little bit of shopping. We looked in charity shops. We spent £8 at the cat cafe on, I got an oil burner with cats on, and we got a pushing purse. I spent £2.72. I've put it in the cats folder because I don't know how much I gave. I just gave them a load of change and put it in their vet pot. Instead of a tip jar, they had a vet pot to help pay with vet bills, because they had about 8, maybe more cats. Yeah, so that's a random figure. I spent £10.49 on jewellery and £9.50 on crystals. I do it like this because it's like both really, but I spent it in 2 different shops. We went, so we was in like a town over from us that we haven't been to properly for ages because I've not had a car, and we really like this town. We go there a lot. It's got a really nice beach, you know, that's where our arcades are that we go to, and and they got like loads of charity shops. We've got charity shops where I am, but where I live is meant to be more affluent. don't even get me started. And so the prices in our charity shops are like sky high. Like you would pay the same price for it in Primark because they feel like people will pay it. And some people do. I mean, the fight to get a Primark even in where I live, because the council would just like, no, that's Bobby in the background being a bit, I'm not even sure what's up with him. He wants a cuddle. We call it having a tantrum just because he's a pampered thing and he wants to get his own way, and he might appear because he's just appeared at my feet. And we've been out today, so he's probably a bit like, Mum, where you been? We've been in and out, in and out. Anyway, so yeah, me and my daughter got us bracelets each. I had a chakra bracelet and it broke, and this is another one. It was a really good price. So to spend what we got for the, what is that, £20 I spent in 2 different crystal shops. We've both got like bracelets. I got some candles, incense. I got a couple of stones as well. I don't know if I have it with me. I've got like a worry stone, like it's a smooth palm stone, things like that. So I'm not going to go on because I know that that sort of thing isn't for everyone, but it was, I feel like my spending has been maybe more focused this week, and like I've had some self-care spending here with the colouring book and with the crystals to ground myself, and it's just, this week has felt really nice. I have overspent. I haven't dipped into sinking funds or any, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can hear this, but it sounds like carnage is going on, and that is just Bobby having a mad 5 minutes. When he's not on camera, he's going a bit mad. It's been really windy today, so I think he's just a bit spooked. But yeah, I feel like it's been more of a focused spending, and this, like the colouring book and the crystals and that, the things I really enjoy, and it's been nice to be able to go, especially this day, because I had most of my money in my budget still, because I'd only cash stuffed Thursday night for Friday, or Friday morning, I'm not sure when. Yeah, it was really, I just wanted to share for anyone that's feeling like really struggling, make sure you can, or try and allocate a little bit of money for yourself, even if you don't spend it all the time. Yeah, if it's a sinking fund, mine's a weekly envelope, but you might want it as a sinking fund, and then once a month you'll go and, you know, and we also shopped around, and we went in lots of shops, and there was lots that I could buy, and I didn't go nuts. So I'm really, maybe the cat cafe, that was the last stop, spending £8 in there. I mean, what I bought, you know, I could have easily come to over a tenner, so the price was good, but, and the cause was good, but yeah. Enough of that, Millie. So Sunday and Monday were no spend days. They are the last 2 no spend days of the week. So I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 no spend days this month, which I think is fantastic, because I didn't have a goal to have any no spend days because it's the summer holidays and things come up and all of that. So I'm really proud of myself for that. That's nearly 2 a week of what has started off as quite a spendy month. I really hope this isn't wobbling like I feel like it is. Just tighten it. Oh. Hopefully that's better. I've just tightened the arm a bit. I don't think it was tight enough. Anyway, onto the bright side, because the sun is coming in this way. On Tuesday, I spent £23.81 on diesel, and my TV and broadband came out, and that was $36.91. That's not the cost if you're new here. That's not my monthly cost. I've had free broadband for 3 months, so it is going up next month, and it's going to be about £59. Then I spent £10 on car sinking fund. Basically, I thought I was going to have to buy a new tyre. Like, it was ridiculous. I was just freaking out. But also, because my front tyre kept going flat. And then I thought, well, I'll replace both if the other one's worn as well. And I took it, and it wasn't even my tyre, it was my alloy, and it just needed fitting properly, and it had a bit of corrosion and that. I needed it for a tenner in cash. If it was by card, I think it would have been more. They're my local tyre guys, but that was a real like, oh, I've just started stuffing sinking funds again. And I think this week I've been really reflective of budgets and watching a lot of people's September budget with me's and things like that. And I just feel really grateful. There's a lot going on with money actually everywhere. Like even in the supermarket, someone started talking to me about the gas and electric prices going up. It's everywhere. And so when things like the car goes wrong, I'm so glad it only cost £10. But I did have enough money in my binders to buy 2 new tyres if need be. And I have never been able to say that I could do that before. Not without having to cut back on groceries or something. So it's been a real week of reflection, and I'm really rambling and I'm not with it. I have no focus tonight, so I'm sorry if this feels a bit scatty. Last day of the budget, Wednesday, because I've decided September I'm going to budget from the 1st to the 30th or 31st of every month, just because some months I'm paying some bills twice, so if it's like a 5-week month or something. So today we've been out to the beach and all of that. I added extra income, £2 from a sinking fund, because I bought, I started taking out the £10 from the birthday envelope in case we see something from my birthday, which is coming up. I just realised I'm not even in shop. And we saw something, my daughter bought it for me for £8. And so we just chucked the £2 in the budget. It was a little bit of a spendy day. We went to a boot fair. The one near us closed, and it was heartbreaking. Even the organisers, no one wanted it closed. Again, the council was probably one of my air quotes earlier. I've been at the boot fair and I'm like, it was really great, but I had to pay 50p entrance parking. I know it was a bit like, oh, got paid to park in a field, but I suppose at least it's only 50p, isn't it? But yeah, we spent £11 on the boot fair, £11.50, sorry, at the boot fair. A really good bits again. I know like Jen's budgeting journey, she goes to the boot fair a lot, and I watch, I'm like, oh, I miss my boot fair. This one was over, we was going to go to the beach, and we just kind of planned to go, they do it on a Wednesday and a Sunday, so we just kind of planned to do both at the same time. So we was going to do something in that area, and we thought, let's go to the boot fair. And I got a new pair of curtains, well, new to me, trainers, boots, and oh, we got a teapot as well, in that £11.50. And it was all kind of things that I was thinking we're gonna need soon. Like, I knew I needed a new pair of trainers. My daughter really wanted like a pair of Doc Martin style boots. I was keeping an eye out for a new pair of curtains, because one of my windows, I have so many windows, it's ridiculous. In the room I'm in now, I have 6 windows. It's insane. But the curtains in my room they don't quite fit, and where winter's coming in, I'd quite like to have a properly fitted curtains. So £2 they were. Yeah, so we had a really nice time wandering around the boot fair, and then we went down to the beach, because we have quite a few beaches near us in the vicinity. Well, not in the vicinity, like around us. We're just in from the coast, so we've got a lot of options. We're very lucky. That's where we spent the £8 birthday money. We got fish and chips for lunch. It was £8.60. I did say to her we'd do beach, fish and chips and arcades before she went back to school. So £8.60 for the 2 of us. It wasn't fish and chips, we had sausage and chips, but it was still really yummy. And then I used the 2p's that I'd saved. I didn't know how much I had, but I just emptied my 2p jar. It's empty and rusty at the bottom. It needs a good clean. I'm sorry about that. And we just did 2p machines, and I had 6p in my purse for leftover change, so we took that out as well, and it was really fun. And we had tickets from before, so she cashed them in and got some sweets, and I've got the leftover ticket somewhere. Then we spent £5 in Tesco's. I needed some milk, and then I ended up buying a 5-litre bottle of water and powdered milk, because I've been watching Emily's Budget, and she talks about prepping, and I used to watch a lot of those shows, like the ones where they have the bunkers and that, and I just feel like, you know, and something like powdered milk is not something I ever normally buy, but I do like to make my own bread, especially in winter when we have a lot of soups and stews. You can't beat fresh bread, and I know that I need powdered milk for my bread maker, and yeah, I just thought actually it's kind of a good prep item, isn't it? So £5 in Tesco's, and because we went to the third Tesco's of the month from a different area, we finally got these cards. I don't even think I've folded them up properly. So I bought another food voucher because I had £1 in my purse, and I finally, it will always be the last one. I picked up a couple of cards because they seem to be like gold dust, but I stuck them all in, so I bought one more today. So I now have £11 in there, so I had a £10 worth of vouchers. I wouldn't be surprised if I find some randomly somewhere. But yeah, so that was today's spend. So shall we flip over to, I feel like the light's getting worse. I really hope you guys can see this. Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick sip of coffee. If you would like to peruse the weekly budget. I say coffee and then I say the sun's going down. It is decaf. Oh, can't have that there. Coffee on the table. Right, so I had a rollover of £568.14. Sorry about my rubbish handwriting. I think I wrote the wrong thing. Received child benefit of £21.80, and I had other income of £30.69. I received 69p from a friend. I had the £10 go in that I used for the car sinking fund. I had £10 I used from the birthday sinking fund, and I used £10 weekly rollover today, just because I knew boot fare and fish and chips isn't gonna. I had like, I think £12 on me. I'm not sure. Look, I'm not sure how much I spent today, but I knew that if I saw things at the boot fair, we'd want to get them. So yeah. So Spotify I've cancelled. That didn't come out. Council tax came out as usual, £19. Disney was £7.99. That came out a day early. TV and broadband was £36.91. It was higher than I predicted because we actually rented a film on Sky, and I'd forgotten about it because they charge you the month after. TV licence and car tax is due to come out tomorrow, which is on the 1st of September, so they're not coming out of this budget. I topped up my electric queue by £15. I spent £10 out of car sinking fund and £8 out of birthday sinking fund. So I spent £96.90 in bills. And I don't know if I said my total income for the week was £620.54, and after bills it was £524.64. £523.64. Then in my envelopes I spent £52.49 on groceries, £1 on the food voucher, food savings voucher. If you're thinking about doing them, they're really great, and if you save up, if you shop with Tesco's regularly, if you save up £49, you get a £1 bonus in December. I've heard of these before, but then I saw them on the Purse Whisperers channel, and I started doing it, and like I could go and cash that in tomorrow if I wanted to and spend that £11. It's £1 for a voucher, but the voucher's worth £1. If I'm doing it for Christmas, and I might do one as like to go in my emergency fund or something, so I've got £50 food voucher in there essentially. We'll see. My budget is 60 and I spent 52.49. Cats, that's me going, oh yeah, we're going to have a really cheap shop this week. We just picked up extra bits and goodies. Cats, I budgeted £10, I spent £9 and 1p. Spending, I budgeted 30, I spent 61.42. So it is double, but it's my daughter goes back to school at the beginning of next week, so I feel like we could have done that on one day trip, and we've had a couple of days out, although I think one of them we didn't really spend anything. So we've had like 2 big days out where we've gone and we've mused around shops, and I think that could have gone really wrong for me with my spending. But a lot of my money, all my money that is not in my weekly budget is in my black cash binder, and that doesn't leave the house. So, and it's hidden away, so it's out of sight, out of mind. So, you know, if it'd been on my card, I would have spent a hell of a lot more. I just cash works for me. So travel, I originally budgeted 30, but my new, because I changed, sorry, I've just knocked my glasses on the thing. I changed the way I budget, sort of like by the middle of the month, and I allocated £25 a week, and I spent £25.51. That's not too bad. I allocated 25 and I spent 17.45. So my total spending for the week, I had originally first budgeted 130. In the new budget, this would come to 150, and I spent £165.88. So although I've gone over budget, I had £150 there. I know I bought in £10 from, well, £12, 10 from weekly rollover, 2 from birthday sinking fund. So where the other 3 has come from, I must have done a card payment somewhere. Possibly, I'm not sure. But I feel like I'm so close, like it's not on budget. I am over budget, but I feel like I'm doing better. The week before I spent £202.33. The week before that, £264.42. The week before that, £233.10. We haven't eaten out this week either. I'm just trying to keep on top of it. If I get hungry and I'm tired, then that's it. I'm done. So yeah, I'm quite proud of myself this week. So nothing's going into sinking funds, and I have left over £357.76. And challenges, I'm putting in what's left in my purse, which is 62p, which gives me £357.14 left. But when I worked out, oh sorry, what I was shot. So after my challenges, which I'm going to do with you in a moment, I had 41p unaccounted for. I'm being attacked from behind. Oh, it's me. I just could feel a jabbing in my side. Do you want to jump on the chair? But there's a hoodie there. No? That's alright. I should really pause this when I start talking to them. I had 41p unaccounted for, and I can only think that at the Cat Cafe, I tried to work out how much change I'd given them, and maybe I gave them 41p more. It's no skin off my nose, but I have a rollover of £356.73 into next month, and I think I budgeted for 340. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, I had to pause that. I had a moo climbing, trying to get me. I'm going to move that out the way. So yeah, we're going into September with a little bit more, which is good news. So the purse has been changed up again. This is the 3rd time this month. I started out with laminated envelopes. I went to paper envelopes, had them for literally a few days and changed it up again. Went back to my laminated, and now I'm on to my zip wallets. I don't know if you can see that very well. There's not a lot in them. It's just because if I broke a note and I got change, it would go into the zip category here. And that's all well and good, but I'll just spend that. So although I've spent across categories today, and I had these envelopes already in, and then these stickers were, I think they were 50p from Poundland. They weren't a lot. Yeah, I just thought my daughter goes back to school, so things like today won't be as often. You know, you feel like you've got to keep them very entertained over the holidays, don't you? So I just thought it'd be really good then, you know, because groceries, we're going to do my monthly budget in a minute. Oh my gosh, I've been whittering for 20 minutes. Like, oh, get it together a minute. My brain is like on a go slow. It's thinking about it, but so I've got 55, 60, not even in shot, 60, 1, 2, 62. So the 50p is not going in, but I have 5, 10, 11, 12. 12p going in here, sorry guys. And then we're going to take that off. This is just a change challenge I made, because I account for all my other change and savings challenges apart from 1 and 5p's. So this is just a good way to do it. Because a lot of parking meters by me, they only take card, and also they only they don't like 5p's. They tend to split them back out at me. Oh, this is another point. I started this challenge, Save Me Challenge by Budget with Ira. I love it. But I'm going to pause it for a minute because of doing the Christmas one, and I want to focus on getting that done first. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to put this into, it will come into my budget next week. So my rollover is technically high, but I'm going to put it as another. Oh, we're getting vibrations from the freezer, because that's the other side of this, if I lean on it. So I have 150p, this is Move Budget's 50p challenge. So, yes. I've seen Ira's new savings challenge booklet, and I love it, but because I bought the downloadable version of the first book, sorry, that's a cat litter tray. I am thinking about just getting the first one as a booklet, because I'd really like it as a booklet, I think. And I feel like I might have to think about savings challenges and sinking funds, and maybe have a bit of a redo. So right, let's do the August full budget, full month checkout, and we'll fly through these sheets. I apologise, it's a long one. I hope you've got a drink with you. I'm going to have a quick sip. I just thought I'm going to cram it all in rather than make a separate video. I'm just going to do it in one. So basically, my month started out, my income was, I had rollover of £282.56, child benefit of £87.20, universal credit of £1,593.68p. I received £505.40 from PIP, and then I had £353.11 in other income, which resulted in sinking funds coming into my budget, and then I've accounted for them being spent out later on. Money from friends, because I've had, like, one friend, she's been really ill, she's had an operation, she's needed a lot of help and getting shopping and things, and she's given me money for diesel, for running her about and for getting her bits. And I've won money on scratch cards, so it's just been an accumulation, but it came to £353.11p this month, so that gave me a total income of a whopping £2,821.95p. That feels massive to me. Yeah, so bills this month have all been pretty much standard. Hopefully you can see them okay. And Spotify I cancelled. Sky TV, I said about earlier in the video, came out higher. I've decided to keep Disney Plus because we're really enjoying it, and we're on phase 4 of the Marvel saga, of Marvel series now. The TV licence car tax haven't come out because they're going to come out in September's budget instead. I only spent £50 on electric instead of the budgeted £80. I did decide to try dropping it for a bit. I am upping it before they announced how much the price increase was going to be. I've got a new fan pit in my bathroom. Anyone that doesn't have that has a window with no, I will get it right. Anyone that has a bathroom with no window will understand where I'm coming from when you need a fan on in there to circulate and air and damp. And I've had leaks. I'm in a ground floor flat. Above me's had leaks. My ceiling came down within a year of living here because of a leak. It's been through a lot of that bathroom, and I'm on my 5th fan now, and they installed it at the beginning of the month, and I think that's up to my electric usage just a little bit. That £15 a week isn't quite enough, but I feel like £20 would be too much because we're still in credit on the meter. But anyway, it's going to go up, and then it's going to go up with the price rises anyway. And I will talk about that a bit more in my week 1 September video. What else? Home insurance came out multiple times this month. Sorry about that. So home insurance has come out twice. I bought it at the beginning of the month, paid the deposit, set it up for the direct debit to come out on the 19th of every month, because that is the date I receive my universal credit. That's a set date, so the money will be there. And it came out again on the 19th of August, even though I bought it in August. I won't be able to see it on here now. Yeah, I bought it on the 9th and then it came out 10 days later. So I don't know what's with that one, but I paid for that twice. My daughter had a bit of extra pocket money. I spent, my sinking fund spending was £147.20, and I started off and I went into my overdraft at the beginning of the budget. I don't have an overdraft. I don't have an overdraft account. I'm not supposed to have one at all. They just very kindly didn't do a return payment or whatever of £11.18. So that's all my bill expenses for the month. That came to £1,257.83p, leaving me £1,564.12p to roll over. So my envelopes are a bit of a mess because I changed my budget, and there's been some things that would be like unbudgeted for or should be sinking funds that hasn't made its way into the sinking fund spend. I was adding it all up and I was just like, no, it's just going to be lots of scribbles everywhere otherwise, because I have not used my rub out pen. So groceries, I budgeted £240. I spent £216.45. I'm really happy with this because I did a couple of weeks at the beginning of August where I did smaller grocery shops to use up backstock. Hello Fraser, welcome to the video. They've been fed in that. You guys want attention, don't you? Yes, you do. Do you mind, darling? All right, there you go. Yeah, and then I did like a massive shop halfway through the month to like restock, that worked out really well, and I kind of budget. Cats, I budgeted £40, I spent £42.15, so that worked out really well. Spending, I budgeted £120, and I spent £227.93, so basically an extra £107. And Fraser's back. He's my older cat. No, you can't sit on the book. You will take over it. You lay down, you take up the whole thing. Sorry, darling. Later, when it's closed. Hopefully you can see this still. So I spent £107 extra. But do you know what? I'm going to forgive myself for that because it was the summer holidays. And I did have a, I want to go spending spree. Camera's really out of focus. Fraser, I think you're throwing it off. Okay, darling. Sorry about that. I've gone and given him to my daughter because he was unfocusing the camera. Where was I? Oh yes, so spending, overspend, but you know, we're going to forgive yourself. It's probably the best August spending I've ever had in the history of my life. Travel, I originally budgeted 120. I dropped it down to 100 to help out the new category I introduced. So even though I had two different budget totals, I spent £84.43 in travel. I originally started with nothing. I gave it 100 when I changed my budget. I spent £82.28, so really pleased with that. Eating out, I budgeted 30, and I spent £151.75 on eating out this month. I did have a really bad week, just in general spending and takeaways, but this week no takeaways, so I'm really pleased. Friend spending, that's like an unbudgeted £115.74. Social, eat out, so I wasn't sure where to put it. It should be, if I had all my sinking fund stuff, it would have come out social, not eating out. And I spent £25. Haircut, I spent £10, and so that meant that I spent £855.73. We're not going to look at the original budgeted amount because we are still kind of in focus. Hopefully it will clear itself. Because I changed the budget and it left me £708.39p. I stuffed school, £60, week 5, £20, birthdays £20, Christmas £45, car £40, payday spend £45. That was the cat cafe, I had to think about that one. Monthly rollover £100, so my sinking funds received £330 this month, leaving me £378.39. I put £5 into my emergency fund, £23.76 into my challenges, and £5 into my daughter's Sweet 16 folder, spending £33.76 into savings, and I ended up being £12.10 out because I ended up with £344.63 after that, but I actually have £356. So it's not that I've overcounted something somewhere in my budget. I really hope that you can see this, guys, because the light is not playing ball here, but we're just gonna carry on, and if not, I hope you don't mind the sound of my voice. So a little quick debt update. So debt is no longer my focus, of just sinking funds is now, and that's that. But I am just going to quickly run through where they're at. So because it's been since June, my tablet is at £363 that I owe. My phone I owe £136, and Universal Credit Advance I owed £369.08 at the beginning of this month. They're all 0% interest. They're all quite manageable payments. I paid a total of £58.73 in my payments. I don't class it as debt. It is, well, Universal Credit Advance comes off before I receive it, and my tablet and phone are included in my plan, so I just have it in bills. So my last month's total was £808.08 debt balance, and it's now £829.35. So next month I will be below £800, which feels incredible. When I think these figures, I feel like there's still a lot to go. But this month I paid 2.75% off my debt. You can't even see that. There you go. But I started out in April with £2,134 worth of debt, or was it March I started out with that? And I'm now at £829.35, and I've paid back. Well, my debt progress, let's go with that. That's what it says here. It's £1,304.65. So I've paid off 61.14% of my debt. It feels incredible, but I'm working with low numbers. If it had been back in 2019 when I filed for bankruptcy, this wouldn't have been this fast or this easy if bankruptcy was the only option. So then net worth. These are just for your interest sheet, so if you're not interested, then please feel free to switch off. So basically it's just from the budget month, but all my assets, what's in all my binders and all my accounts, and I've chucked my car under value in there just in case I couldn't flog it or something. It's worth about £2,000, and my total assets are £2,462.73. My total debts is £829.35, and that means that my total net worth is £1,633.38, and it's gone up £429. This was really nice because obviously I had money in my binders, and then I unstuffed everything to buy the car, and it was great because I had the car. But actually okay, my binders have got a little bit in. They're pretty empty though, they feel empty, but I'm grateful for what I do have in them. So it's nice to see this, I guess. Anyway, nearly there. So where did my money go? So I had a total monthly inflow of £2,821.95. Bills, I was under budget by £52.77. I really hope you can see this because then you can peruse it at your own thing. And 39% of my budget went into bills because I've just done these two columns on the other page. Groceries, I was under budget by £23.55, and it was 8% of my budget was spent on that. So my top three spent percentage wise was bills, groceries and spending. That's okay. Eating out is not far behind, but that's okay, I can live with that. Cats, I went over budget by £2.15, and it was 1.5% of my budget. Spending, I went over budget by £107.93, and it was 8% of my budget. Travel, we're going to go with the new budget. So I've got the 120 and the 100 there. The 100 is the new budget that I implemented and I've been working with the last couple of weeks. So we're going to go with that. And I was under it by 15.57, which is 3%. I was under it by 17.72, which was 3%. Eating out, I went over budget by £121.75p. That was 5% of my budget. This is something I'm still working towards, and I will continue to work towards. And I know that I will have blips, like I think it was the 1st or the 2nd week of August. We had like 3 takeaways in 1 week. I'm here sharing that with you because it keeps me accountable. It reminds me, you know, that week at the beginning of August where we had like 3 in a row, you know, it's a distant memory. And then I sit here and I talk to you about it and I'm like, oh yeah, that 151.75 will stick in my mind a little bit. But with the budget refresh, I have to be careful that I don't think, oh, it's okay, I haven't had a takeaway yet this month. Sinking fund spend, I thought I might spend 60. I spent £182.20 because some of my things like haircuts and the social one wasn't in the bills last time, which is why I had to cross over bills. But I went over my sinking fund spend. I suppose it doesn't matter because that's what my sinking funds are there for, but it was £122.20. Sinking fund spending was 6% of my budget. My variable binder got stuffed with £90 less than I expected. I budgeted to stuff £135 in there and I only stuffed 45, and that was 1.5% of my budget. My long-term binder, I stuffed 170. I budgeted 170 for stuffing, and then I stuffed it with 285. 100 of that was my monthly rollover though, so I don't really, it came back in here, I guess. So I was over, but it was okay. It's a good over because it's into sinking funds, and that was 10% of my budget. So actually, that's higher percentage wise than groceries and spending. That's not bad actually. If I was doing priority order, bills you'd expect to be your biggest spend of the month, then sinking funds, I can be happy with that. Emergency fund, I put £15 less in than I budgeted for, and it was 0.2% of my budget. Challenges were 0.8% of my budget. Savings binder was 0.2% of my budget. Bill binder and Apple, my daughter's savings binder for when she gets older, both have 0. And budgeted was the £15.74. The friend spending, that was 0.6% of my budget. And rollover, I budgeted for £300. I have £356.73, and that was 12% of my budget. So even that is higher than groceries. I can live with that. So these sheets I've changed. I'm doing something a bit like with Budget with Kerry. She every month she sits, and she's very good. I don't know how she does it so quick as well. She sits and she goes through each binder, and the camera's moving again. Sorry, I think Fraser nudged her. Very well. Maybe I'm just not destined to have a wall for a camera. I should strap it to my chest or my head. She goes through and on camera gets out, counts all her envelopes. I'm sure she counts on camera. Kerry, do you count on camera? Or maybe she's just got the lists there ready. I'm sure I've seen her count. Anyway, she goes through all her binders and she keeps a running total of what's in them at the end of the month, and I really like that. So thank you, Kerry, but I've stolen your idea a little bit. Just because I don't keep trackers in my binders, I do it in my budget. So my variable binder, which is my short-term binder, has nothing in it. Nothing at all now. My long-term binder has £20 in week 5, £25 in Christmas, and 30 in cost. It's got £75 in total. Bill binder's empty. Savings binder has £5 in emergency fund and £5 in Sweet 16, so £10 in total. And then my daughter's binder is empty. And then the last one is I went through my savings challenges. I do a 1p and a 5p savings challenge that I made myself, just to round up to £5. That's got 90p in it. I've got no 2p's left because we went to the arcades today. I've got £1.20 in the 10p challenge, £3.40 in the 20p challenge, £2.50 in the 50p challenge, £8 in the puzzle challenge, which is what I do with my £1 coins. And £2 coins. I never seem to get £2 coins. They just don't seem to like me. So, or I feel like I don't. If you've seen lots of £2 coins on here, then let me know. Dice challenge, McMoo and Oach empty at the moment. Oh Balls for Christmas has £5, and then the rest of them are all empty, and I've crossed some out because I've just, sorry, I'm so close to it because it's getting dark. I'm nudging it with my glasses. yeah, so I've got £21 total in savings challenges, and that is August done. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is such a long video, so if you are here, I am so sorry. I feel like I'm talking really fast. Like I'm trying to make myself talk fast just to get the video done quicker and not headbutt the thing, the camera arm. But it's still so long, there's so much information. So if you are here, do you like the fact that it's all in one, or would you like it in separate videos? And I think I am going to come away from the Budget Mum book. As much as I love it, it's a bit too much and it's a bit too complicated. It's not complicated when you use it and you know, but it's a lot of brain work, and I want to keep it simple. That's what September's about, and hopefully the rest of my life keeping it simple. Anyway, if you are here, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you have a wonderful September, because I know that this won't go up tonight, so it will be September when I upload. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.